Eje kama kawa ni Kenrazy. Masana sita kama kawa, you already know. Shida.
A few months ago, we saw Kenrazy and Visita trying to get back to the music industry. They teamed up to do a song called Glory, and even tried to reenact a photo that they took while in Grandpa Records to try and push this song. The idea was to take us back and try to make us remember their days in Grandpa Records and how big they were, and these dances are no longer just there. Tragically enough, the song did not show a comeback for the two. In fact, it only garnered 2.5k views on YouTube. These are unlike the views that they used to get years back. In the years of 2014, the duo, that was popularly known as Shida Mbili, went back to back serving Kenyans with hits after hits. I'm talking of hits like Asubuhi and Hivo Ndio Kunaendaga that they also featured Majirani. And of course, all these hits would not be possible without the help of Grandpa Records. In the year 2009, Refiga started Grandpa Records, and it became quite a significant label in Kenya and even in East Africa. And back then, Visita was one of the first people to actually work with Refiga in 2009.
So Refiga alipenda kazi nilifanya kakujia kazi ya pili. So hapo ndio sasa tulipatana na Refiga na DNA tukaketi chini.
And then in 2010, Kenrazy joined Grandpa Records, which makes it the first place where they both met. And despite having fallouts, they have been friends ever since. Today, we uncover the whereabouts of Visita and Kenrazy, their rise to fame and their hurdles in life, and what they're doing now actually. Kindly like the video, share the video, and you can also comment on it. If you're a new subscriber, welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, thanks for being part of the truth. We actually can't predict life, but Visita and Kenrazy, who were once stars in the Kenya music scene, today people ask themselves what happened to them. But this is a usual story for most artists, most rise and most fall. Grandpa Records, at its peak, had some of Kenya's biggest names under its roof, including artists like DNA, Kenrazy, Visita, Pizodizo, Dogo Bigi, Majirani, and many others. The label was like a powerhouse, constantly churning out music. Its success didn't come by chance. It was driven by Refiga, who had vast knowledge of the music industry and strong connections across Africa. Refiga, who was once an artist, had a vision that led him to start Grandpa Records in 2009, a label based in the outskirts of Nairobi that quickly rose to prominence. His expertise in music production and distribution set him apart, helping many artists launch their careers. According to Kenrazy, Refiga had a great strategy to get artists' music out there, and it worked wonders.
That is one of the greatest managers mimi nishaiona, kwa sababu nilikuwa naona anaweza create anyone from nothing to something. Nikiamulia mtu sasa hivi ulikuwa unashindwa Refiga huyu ni nani, unamsukuma hiyo design. Lakini anakuambia ngoja utasikia hii ngoma.
Nixon Wesonga, popularly known as Visita, is a Kenyan musician, producer, and aspiring actor. Born in June, he began his musical journey singing in church before signing with Jomino Records in 2003. His stage name Visita is derived from the number 6, which he considers his lucky number, as he was born in June and won an award in 2006, which kinda makes sense. Visita's career gained significant momentum when he joined Grandpa Records. At Grandpa Records, Visita showcased his versatility as both a producer and an artist, contributing to numerous hits such as Dumbala, Dawa ya Moto, Fimbo Chapa, and Mapepo, in terms of production of the beats, that is. His dedication and talent led his appointment as the label's vice president. Literally, I could say that Visita was swimming in fame at this time. In an interview with presenter Ali, he mentioned that he was signed under a contract of 30,000 shillings per month, and that was by the year 2013.
He agreed with Refiga on a 30,000 salary contract. So nika sign.
I could say that this was quite a low salary for an artist as big as Visita in 2013, but also this was quite an average salary for the economy at that time, we can all agree. Some of Visita's biggest hits at that time were Mapepo, which was a single, and Elewa Lewa, which was also another single by Visita. Despite his success, Visita's stay at Grandpa Records was not without challenges. In 2016, he departed from the label under continuous circumstances. Visita cited mistreatment and a lack of recognition for his contribution as primary reasons for his exit.
Big bro, see jokes. Today is my 4th day. Sijadishi, see jokes. But I nishtui. Juu, nishazoea man. Hata ukiniuliza mbona nimekonda bro. Una get? Fuck Refiga bro.
Further stating that artists were not receiving due value for their efforts, he expressed frustration over not being allowed to own his compositions, leading to his decision to leave and focus on his own projects. Following his departure from Grandpa Records, Visita and his brother Kenrazy embarked on establishing their own label, which was titled Hella Records. At this time, it was a wise move to elevate them, but kinda it was also a move that was put there to be an opposition for Grandpa Records. In another twist, Refiga said that he fired Visita from the label. And according to Refiga, it all started when these artists would call him about unfinished songs. This was followed by letters from estate committees around complaining about some smell of a strange smoker ball coming from the backyard of the label's compound. And here, Visita and his boys liked to hang out. I had meetings with him about it, but it is the kind of conduct that would affect the reputation of the label. It is very sad it had to end this way.
Shida Mbili, ngoma mbili, viboko mbili za mwaka, pa na pa. Hiyo ni operation national. No, my son.
Visita later claimed that he wasn't fired from Grandpa Records. In an article with the Standard Media, he said, "Only an idiot would believe that I was fired from Grandpa. Fire me as who? Hey, comedy. I chose to be there, same as I chose to live. Respect the industry and the industry will respect you." After his departure from Grandpa, he however continued to release tracks. The journey was still tough though. In 2021, reports emerged that Visita was facing health and financial challenges, prompting fellow artists and fans to rally support for him. As of February 2025, there is limited public information regarding Visita's current activities. His story underscores the volatile nature of the music industry and highlights the importance of artist welfare and recognition. Meanwhile, Kenrazy, his brother, who burst onto the scene in the mid-2000s during the golden era of genge music, which was dominated by artists like Juakali, Nonini and Major. His breakout hit Tichi was a street anthem and cemented his place in the industry. The song, produced by Clemo under Caliph Records, was a blend of hard-hitting beats with witty Sheng lyrics, and it resonated so much with the Kenyan audience. Kenrazy quickly became known for his unique rap flow, energy and lyrical creativity. He followed up with hits like Mbili Kimomkora and Kadha, collaborating with other big names in the industry. During those days, his music was heavily played on Kenyan radio and TV, and he gained a reputation as one of the most promising artists in the country. In 2010, he joined Grandpa Records, just like I said before, and here he was signed by Refiga. It was also around this period that Kenrazy and Visita started being friends. And here at Grandpa Government, they started working together, creating hits after hits, the songs that I had mentioned before when the video was beginning. Kenrazy was not just a solo artist, but part of a new wave of urban Kenyan hip-hop that shaped the late 2000s and early 2010s. He married his fellow artist so soon, and together they became a celebrity couple in the entertainment scene. His brand was strong, securing endorsements and performing at major events across East Africa. In January of 2016, his contract at Grandpa Government ended, and together with Visita, just like I said, they started a label. There were speculations of the two falling out.
Wasanii wana misuse industry. I'm the industry. Tuheshimu industry mazee. You know what? DNA, Kenrazy, Kiddies, everybody. I'm gonna do my thing.
This beef was mended, and right now, Visita and Kenrazy are getting along quite well. In an attempt to come back to the industry, they both opened their separate own YouTube channels, and this is when the reality hit Kenrazy that the management they were receiving while at Grandpa Records was that of quality and top-notch, and while on their own, they struggled a little bit, still managing to get hits, but not like before.
Nika realize, there was a structure in grandpa. Unajua wezi deny. There was a producer who was always thinking of your beats. There was a manager who took the song after imeisha. So only understand your dynamic. Nikasema we.
Their YouTube channels are still active, but those days that they used to enjoy thousands or millions of views are gone because Kenyans just said we are tired. They get views that are below 1,000 views, and to me that is just a big gap. Both artists have work out on YouTube in the last 1 month, and Kenrazy's album, which is titled Nini Li Happen, has no song that is above 1,000 views. How Kenrazy and Visita fell from the industry is a story that is quite much complicated, but not as such, because their part in the industry was mainly contributed by the time when they were in Grandpa. I could say that Grandpa had good management in terms of music production, but poor management in terms of artist management, and this is why these artists were left broke even after giving their all at the label. Most of the times we can't control what has already happened, but after leaving Grandpa Records, these artists didn't push themselves further. In doing collaborations with the newer artists who are incoming, especially the Gengeton era, Kenrazy and Visita were nowhere to be seen, and these are some of the stances that alienated fans away from them, unlike other artists like Major who are really doing collaborations and reinventing themselves further. Even though Kenrazy and Visita are not where they were initially, their contribution to the Kenyan music scene is undeniable. I miss their music, hits after hits. This has been The Truth Lab. Stick around for my next video.